coming up next. Her mission is to help and heal. We're going to meet grief mediator Gail Trauco when we come back. Welcome back to the chat. Our next guest prides herself on her unique ability to help others. As a former oncology nurse and now psychic medium, she's managed to, in her own words, bridge the worlds of medicine and mind, body, spirit healing. She joins us now to tell us more about how exactly she helps others and how this all got started. We welcome psychic medium and grief mediator Gail Trauco. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome to the chat.
Hi.
Thank you. Y'all are all so gorgeous.
And you are too. I was going to say you're beautiful.
Really.
You fit in with the color scheme quite well, I think.
And the beauty.
Yes.
That's right, the beauty, right?
Yes.
All right, well, let's start with the fact that you are a psychic medium. So what does that mean?
A psychic medium means I'm a psychic as well as a medium. Psychics are psychic, but mediums are both. I am the communicator and the bridge between the spirit world and communicating to people here on the earth plane.
So you you feel or you hear, you know, from the other world, people have passed on, you hear and you communicate with them.
I communicate with them. Spirit communicates to me as a medium through symbols. I interpret the symbols. Sometimes I hear the voice. I see spirit. I'm an evidential medium, so I provide evidence to people that come to me for a reading that only that spirit would know things things that happened in their life, objects they had in their home, events that happened, when their birthday is, maybe what their house number was. So that validates for those family members that that person is alive and well on the other side.
Okay, so I'm going to get in your business for just a moment because I just need to know. So you're this successful, fabulous oncology nurse for a number of years.
I still am.
Okay, and you still are, but you're also doing this. How did this happen?
I was born with a gift to see spirit and to hear very much the angelic realm. And as I began my nursing career, I found myself, patients would say, am I going to be okay? Well, you know, you hear that still small voice that says, yes, you're going to be fine. So I've delivered thousands of messages that I didn't even know I was delivering, because it's that everybody has intuition. So I would just give that message. When it came, I would say, yes, you're going to be fine. And the patients were better, so I never turned it off. You know, I just left it on. And it has brought so much healing and has changed me in so many ways. I'm 60.
You're
I call
60?
it six-tastic.
Oh, wow, you look great.
I call it six-tastic. So it has brought me on the journey where I am today, which I'm changing everything that I do over the next 6 months.
How old were you when you realized you had this gift?
I was 4 and 5, and growing up in the deep South, we would go take care of cleaning off the graveyard every Sunday after church. You know, my family.
That's some Southern stuff right there.
That is just the old South. Well, there was a little girl always in the graveyard with this blonde hair and this blue dress on, so I would play with her, running behind the headstones and that kind of thing, while everybody was mowing the grass and putting flowers in the coffee cans and putting them down on the ground again. I didn't know she was dead, but she had the same dress on every Sunday. I did too, because from a very rural farm family. Well, by the time I was 6 or 7, I overheard some of my relatives talking and realized that it was their daughter, and that was where she was buried. So eventually I found her stone that was above the ground, and it was Bonnie.
And when you told people this, what did they say?
Oh, they were skeptics, but it was funny when I told my cousins that it was their daughter, what she was buried in. And I said, she had long blonde hair, and it was in ringlets, and she died before I was born.
So you wouldn't have known that. There's no
I
way
wouldn't
you
know.
would have known
No.
those facts.
Never.
I'm a huge fan of Tyler Henry. I don't know if you've ever seen the show, right? And he does all these like
Yes.
medium readings for celebrities. So if someone wants to have a medium, if they want to see you, how does one know when to do that or how to do that? How does that start?
If you're prompted to go to mediumship session, people are generally somewhere in a grief cycle. And there is information that you're wanting to know. It may even be 10 years later, and it may just be even simple questions. And you know, one thing about spirit is they very much are like they were on the other side, like they were here in this life. If your dad was not good with money now, he's not the man to help you with your tax deductions, because he's not going to be able to give you that advice from the other side. But it's people want to know, are they still angry with me? You know, when you leave this body and you cross over to that celestial plane, you're still the same person, but you forget all the anger and all the sadness and things that really irritated. You know, we all have things that make us angry every day, you know, trying to get along with people. And so those messages that spirit brings back are, I forgive you, or please forgive me, for my shortcomings in this life.
But there is a lot of criticism of people who do what you do, and a lot of it is like, well, you use a type of questioning that you could fake it really easily if you're doing a reading, and they'll watch some famous mediums and go, oh, right there, they're fishing and da-da-da. So if someone were to do this or had an interest in getting a reading, what are the tips that you might give them so that they really come out of it either feeling like that person really did communicate or, so they're not getting scammed?
Well, this is a business for me. I have a website, a domain, frontporchtherapy.com. I own the trademark on it. I have testimonials on my website for clients that I've done readings for. It doesn't just say Edward G. It will give that person's first name and their last name. You can find these people on social media. Who have I studied with? I've got a list on my website of mediums that I've taken classes with to validate and develop my skills as a medium. And generally word of mouth referrals about mediums, and there are many good mediums in the United States. You don't have to find a medium that's on television to book a reading with. But what is the authenticity of that person? If somebody's telling you to send them $150 by Western Union MoneyGram, run.
There's a problem.
Just run. Don't even go to Walmart.
So you say that you actually, you've studied with people and all this. So I'm going to put you on the spot for one quick second. If any person, not just you, if any person is a medium or a psychic, aren't these things that they should already know? Why are they taking classes for it?
You have to learn to turn being a medium off, or you can't sleep at night. Spirits are like kids. They're not asleep on that celestial plane in glory. They're awake 24 hours a day, and if I didn't know how to turn the mediumship off, close my chakra centers down, I would never sleep. I would never be able to work a day as a clinical research scientist at a major medical center. I couldn't write a book. I've got 8 books on the market I've written in the last 12 months.
Is there anything that you can tell us about death and dying in the process, though? Like, I just lost my grandmother, and so it's really tough for me on the side because I just lost her on Saturday. And we had our kind of ritual of opening the window to make sure that the spirit could go out as she was passing. Is there anything that you can tell us that can give us solace in death and dying?
There is, I can tell you and confirm for you, there is life on the other side. And as a medium, it's the greatest gift that I have to provide that evidence back to families. You will go through all 7 phases of the grief cycle. The first one is fear, as soon as you get the information about that loss. The last one that you will go through is the forgetfulness stage. And you'll know that you're healing from the 7 phases of a grief cycle when you're still living with the knowledge of that loss, but you don't focus on it 24 hours a day. People will be angry, they'll be depressed, they're going to, they'll begin to accept it, but you will go through, especially the anger and denial and depression phase of a grief cycle. They may go through that several times clinically. If it lasts longer than about 90 days, they should be evaluated by their family physician, a psychiatrist. Bereavement counselors are great. Lots of churches have something called grief share groups that meet on Wednesday nights.
I noticed when we first came out here and Tony was introing you, and even now you're kind of sitting with your hands up. Why?
I'm open to receiving information from the other side. Even though it's not mediumship information, I'm very much guided and in touch with the other side.
Even while you're sitting here?
Yes.
Are you getting anything?
I'm not here to do a reading. So.
Oh, I know you're not here to do it, but you said you're opening yourself up to do it. So that means
to make sure that I'm delivering messages for people to hear, because it's so important for people to know, yes, there's life after death, but your loved ones are alive and well on the other side. And there's a message out there for everybody, even you, Henny.
Wow.
Can you repeat the comment that I made to you earlier when you said,
we gotta go,
before we end, you're going to be
unfortunately.
converted?
Thank you so much, Gail. Unfortunately, we gotta go. Thank you
Better
so much
chance
for
of winning
joining
the
us.
lotto.
For more information on Gail and her services, visit frontporchtherapy.com.